What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dylan the Villain, and we're coming back at you once again with some total extreme wrestling. We took a fan vote, and I asked y'all, what did y'all want to see? Do y'all want to see me do a WCW save? Do y'all want to see me do an ECW save? And ECW barely won by like 2 votes. They end up winning. I also did it by viewership of the ECW and WCW episodes, what y'all like to see. But I sat here and I thought about it and 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 thought about it some more. And I figured, why not do something different? Why not try to do something a little bit original? You know, everybody has the ECW saves. Everybody has the Let's Save ECW saves or the reboot of ECW. But what if we took ECW in the year 2001 when they got purchased out by the WWE? But what if WWE made them their developmental territory? Like their OVW or their NXT. You know, what if WWE used ECW as its developmental? And that's what we're going to do. We're basically going to be playing ECW, but we're going to be WWF's. I don't think they're the WWE yet. The WWF's developmental system. We have some talent here that I have reached out and signed to developmental contracts as ECW and offered them contracts to come work for ECW, and therefore they got picked up by WWE. So at any given time, we could be pushing somebody, and the WWE is just like, hey, I want them on the main roster. Or at any given time, we can take guys that are on the main roster and see if we can borrow them for a month or two and do a storyline with them to help boost up some of our guys that are going to be long-term stays here in ECW. I'm not going to say who's long-term stays here in ECW, but I have some booking plans around a few young talent that I want to make the next big things in professional wrestling. I'll just leave those hints there for you. We have a bunch of talent here on our ECW roster. I think we have I think we need 30, and we have like 45 guys on the roster, ranging from rookies, as you can see here. All 4 of these men in this matchup are rookies, to veterans like Rob Van Dam, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, Sandman. You know, we've reached out and asked a couple other people to fill in some roles. Like we have Mick Foley on commentary. He's our commentator along with Joey Styles. Stevie Richards, Raven, you know, like the typical ECW mainstays are here on the roster. But at any given time, WWE could, hey, like, I'm pulling them up to the main roster. So we got to worry about that. But we are going to go ahead and get into it. The first episode is going to be only an hour long. So this should be a short episode. Hopefully this is a short episode if I shut up and quit talking. But the first episode is only going to be an hour. I forgot to change the TV to an hour and 30 minutes. I think it's probably going to be the sweet spot. I don't have enough people to do 2 hours. I mean, I do, but like, I don't think I have enough talent to do a 2-hour show. So we're going to stick about 1 hour and 30 minutes, and then if we still need a little bit more time, then I might go to 2 hours. Our pay-per-views are going to be 2 hours long, and our TV is going to be an hour and a half long. moving forward after this 1 hour episode. But enough with my talking. Let's go ahead and get right on into ECW. As certain things come up, I will be giving y'all what is going on in the world of professional wrestling and everything like that. We're trying to keep it a little bit historically accurate from the start, with the champions being the champions when WWE bought everything, and the champions being the champions. Try not to vacate the titles and just making new champions. It's pretty much Rhino was the world champion and television champion, and I believe Nunzio or Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke were the tag team champions, or it was Roadkill and Danny Dorian who were the tag team champions. I would have to look on that. But we're going to go ahead and start the pre-show. We are here in the famous Viking Hall in front of 819 people. I mean, it's our first episode of ECW, so we gotta do it. And a terrible pre-show. The Minnesota Destruction Crew defeat the Bad Street Boys when Brock Lesnar pinned Christian York with an overhead belly to belly. He's fucking already doing the Suplex City. Brock Lesnar carried the match in terms. He got a 835, not bad for a rookie. 29 and 23, 22, 14. Shelton Benjamin. Crowd did not like the look at all these rookies. But Brock Lesnar seemed off his game. Nelson color commentary gave the match a boost. We're going to go ahead into our next pre-show matchup. So we stole Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin from OVW. I kind of had to play as the WWE and move people around. Move people around to where I want it and put certain people on the roster over here that I want it for story purposes and stuff like that. And I definitely picked up Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin. Love both of those guys, and I can't wait to move forward and book them. But we're going to move on to our next segment, which is another young rookie. In a poor pre-show matchup, Randy Orton defeats Balls Mahoney in 804 by pinfall with an O-Zone. The match got a 38, Balls Mahoney with a 48, and Randy Orton with a 27. Paul Heyman could have done a better job being a road agent putting the match together. Randy Orton is getting better at his gimmick, which is second generation superstar. The match got a 38, and we're going to go ahead and start the show. It got a 69. Nice. So Paul Heyman comes out, and he welcomes everybody to ECW. And he goes, he didn't know whether or not ECW was going to live, but thanks to the genius mind of one Vincent Kennedy McMahon buying the rights to ECW and not depriving the fans of ECW at the peak of its popularity, Paul Heyman says that ECW will live thanks to Vince McMahon, and that ECW will not only become better, but ECW will be one of the top brands by the end of the year, and he guarantees it. He then introduces Rhino, his double champion Rhino. He comes out to the ring. Rhino winning the World Heavyweight Championship not too long ago in April, and that was their last thing. It is now May. So they haven't had any TV working out the purchasing rights of ECW. But Paul Heyman says Rhino, being the double champion, that it's only right if he vacates the television championship. Rhino agrees. He gives over the ECW World Television Championship, and Paul Heyman then announces a TV title tournament, and we will be seeing 2 matches here tonight, with the winners advancing, moving forward, advancing onto that tournament to become the new ECW television champion. We will have 2 matches tonight and 2 matches next week. And and then we'll have a semifinal and a final probably at the pay-per-view. But as Rhino gives up the World Television Champion, out come Taz. That's right. It is Taz. He is here in ECW. Taz comes to the ring. And he goes, you know, when I went away to the WWF, he goes, I've watched you dominate anybody who got in your path, Rhino. I've seen you destroy. I've seen you maim. I've seen you cause pure gore to your opponent and anybody who stood in your path. And he goes, now that the WWE owns ECW, he's like, that pretty much means I can once again call ECW my home. And if you think that you're the baddest man in ECW, well, brother, I tell you one thing. You have never went against the suplex machine known as Taz. And if you think for a second that you can beat me, then you are sadly mistaken, because I'm challenging you for your ECW World Heavyweight Championship. You have beaten everybody that they put in your path, but you haven't beaten me. So what's it going to be? And Rhino kind of stands there, and he just laughs, and he goes to walk out of the ring, and Rhino goes to step out of the ring, and he turns around and he gores the shit out of Taz, leaving Taz laying in the ring. And Rhino picks up the mic and he goes, I accept your challenge, you son of a bitch. And he throws down the mic at Taz as we move on to our opening contest. Taz laying down the challenge, and Rhino saying, yeah, let's fucking do it. You want a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship? Then let's fucking go. You want a shot? Let's go. I'm about to end your world. We're going to move on to the next segment, which is the opening contest of the television tournament. The match got a 49, not bad at all. I was hoping. So I'm still trying to learn everybody's overall and everything like that, and who's good with who and everything. In a decent match, I'm probably just going to name him Tajiri, but Tajiri ends up defeating Tanaka. Masaru Tanaka. I know who he is, but I always get his name wrong. In 12:46 by pinfall after a brainbuster, one of my favorite professional wrestling moves. Tanaka with a 51 and Tajiri with a 37. Tajiri picks up the win. He also debuts his Daredevil gimmick. It got very good. James Mitchell got the evil cult leader gimmick. Got adequate, not bad. The TV title advances. Now it's the color commentary gave the match a boost. James Mitchell did some great ring work, and Tajiri and James Mitchell have excellent chemistry together. Father James Mitchell, he is famous for being the manager of Abyss in TNA. He is also was the manager of Mikey Whipwreck and Tajiri in the Unholy Alliance tag team. He was their manager for a while. And apparently he's a good manager to Tajiri, so we might keep him on Tajiri for the meantime. We're going to move on to the next matchup, which is Lance Storm taking on Chris Candido. Lance Storm picking up the win in a bout that had good wrestling and good heat and decent wrestling. Lance Storm defeats Chris Candido by submission with the Canadian Maple Leaf. As we know, WWE has bought WCW, and Lance Storm has came down to ECW to gain a little bit more momentum. So we might see Lance Storm getting called up. We don't know. Certain people's contract, I kind of manipulated and was just like, hey, you're signed to ECW. But Lance Storm is still property of the World Wrestling Federation. So we might see him get called up. We might have him for a while. So we're going to use Lance Storm to our best of our abilities here. But Chris Candido with the better overall with the 50. It advances. Dave Pazerick didn't do well as a road agent. He put the match badly. Okay. That's good to note. The match got a 42. Not bad. Then we go on to this segment, which is Rob Van Dam and Sabu. And Rob Van Dam goes, "Did y'all miss me?" He goes, "You see, it just wasn't the same. ECW wouldn't be the same without the whole fucking show. Rob Van Dam." And Bill Alfonso's in the back, and he's like, "That's right, Daddy! That's right! You tell him, Rob! That's right, the whole fucking show right here! Rob Van Dam! You're next! The biggest thing in professional wrestling right now!" And he's, and Sabu's kind of just in the background, and he goes, "And of course, it wouldn't be ECW without the living ECW legend himself, my personal good friend and buddy, Sabu." And he goes, Sabu just kind of looks at him. He's like, "Say something, Sabu. Come on, man." Sabu's like, Sabu never talks. And he goes, "Tonight, we're going to give some of y'all ECW faithfuls a classic ECW matchup that everybody wants to see and that everybody is going to love in the main event here tonight, as we take on some of our close friends and some of our good enemies, the Dudley Boys." And the crowd just erupts. We have Rob Van Dam, the Dudleys. We have the Dudleys. We have some of the best ECW originals here in ECW, and the fans are just erupting for this big main event here tonight. It advances the good friend, better enemy storyline. Announcing color commentary, getting a match boost, and segment got a 72. Not bad for Rob. Good promo from Rob. We move to the next segment, and it is that matchup, in an exceptional match. The Dudley Boys defeat Rob Van Dam and Sabu when Bubba Ray Dudley pinned Rob Van Dam after hitting the 3D. The match got a 62. Not bad at all. I was hoping it would do a little bit better. That guy fucking sucks. Okay, so I'm getting rid of that guy. Rob Van Dam carried the match in ring. The match got a 62. Sabu with a 66. Rob Van Dam with almost an 80. Golly, 78. Devon Dudley with a 67. And Bubba Ray Dudley with a 69. Nice. It advances the storyline. Rob Van Dam and Sabu have great chemistry teaming together. And Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley have excellent chemistry teaming together. I mean, come on now. We move on to the next segment. But after the match, the Dudleys celebrate for the fans, and they leave the ring. And after the match, Rob Van Dam is still laying there, and he goes to get up. And Sabu then hits him in the head with a chair and starts beating him up. Bill Alfonso has no clue what's going on. Sabu is beating the holy hell out of Rob Van Dam. I guess he is mad because he calls Sabu the win or something. We have no clue what is up. Bill Alfonso is trying to get Sabu off of him, but Sabu then attacks Bill Alfonso too. He throws the chair at Bill Alfonso's head, busting Bill Alfonso's head open, and Rob Van Dam is laying in the ring. Pretty much a bloody mess. Both these men, as Sabu wipes the blood on his chest. Sabu has lost it, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have to tune in next week to find out what the hell is wrong with Sabu and why he turned his back on one of his best friends, Rob Van Dam, and his manager, Bill Alfonso. We're going to have to find out. We're going to go ahead and finish the show. It got a 62, increased our popularity in 17 regions. Not bad at all. Perfect. Good little show. That's a good little show. We're going to go ahead and finish it. Go ahead and finish it. Yeah, they made WCW in this mod. They made WCW a developmental also. And OVW being its own thing. Rick Steiner signs with the WWF. Well, hey, look who it is. What are you doing?
Not to make spaghetti.
About to make spaghetti. Sky Wutai is about to make me some spaghetti. Nice. Yeah, but in this mod, they made WCW its own developmental company along with WWF also, which is super weird. What do we got here? We have WWF signing people, and probably CW Anderson. That is a good sign. And Homicide offered Homicide a developmental contract. That would be cool. Nice. I don't know who that is. Let's see who Tommy Young is. Referee. So they're going to give us a referee. Okay, I don't know who that guy is. Don't know who he is. Okay. The fun of being a developmental to somebody. Okay. I don't know who that is. CW Anderson is a good one. I know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is either. And Homicide is a good pickup. I love me some Homicide. I'm pretty sure that WWE has the developmental for NWA Wildside too. But Homicide would definitely be a good pickup for them for the developmental aspect of everything like that. But yeah, guys, this is the ECW save. I don't want to show you the roster because I have some big things planned. But we are going to call it here, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Hopefully y'all like this ECW idea and save moving forward. If y'all don't, let me know, and we'll do the start of ECW. I don't want to play in the middle of ECW. I kind of want to either do the start or the end of ECW. So if y'all don't like this, let me know, and we'll do the start of ECW. We'll try to get the birth of ECW and everything like that. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for liking the video. Subscribe like always. And Vampiro agrees to sign with the WWF. That will be something. That'll be cool. Like always, guys, thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe like always. The icon will be over Vampiro right here. And once we get the playlist going, the playlist will be right here in last night results. And if you're a fan of TEW and want to go watch the WWF save, that video will be right here. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for liking like always. My name is Dylan Villain, and I will see y'all on the next one. But before I go, like we always say here, if you can't play with each other, do what I do and play with yourself. Later, guys.